Everywhere I go in Colorado, Dana, I hear that people are not happy with Trump and they're not happy with Biden. And I think we need to change our electoral laws here. And I have a passion for that. And I'm going to leave and I'm going to find the right organization to join. And I'm going to start working on that issue. We have to have better candidates up and down the ballot, not just president, but Senate, House, local offices. We've got to find better ways to elect candidates and bring America together.
Is he going to be running on the no labels ticket? Is that what he's saying there? I don't think that's what it is. I think he's going to become a lobbyist for some organization. Best case scenario, ranked choice voting. Worst case scenario, just a big right-wing lobbying group or something like that. I don't know. That remains to be seen. But we will get to that someday. Right now, we need to talk about Mike Johnson, Speaker of the House, and his slim majority. Following the departure, which is just days away, Republicans will hold just a 218 to 213 majority, meaning that only 2 defections can be allowed for an entirely party line vote to work. Now, it's going to get even worse for him in 2 different ways. The way that most people, I think, knew coming into today is that Democrats are expected to win an upcoming next month New York special election, meaning that the GOP would only be able to bear a single defection to be able to pass things along a party line vote. But it gets even worse than that because Ken Buck isn't just leaving. He isn't just slapping Mike Johnson across the face and peacing out of here. He also says more Republican resignations are coming. Now, he could have been a little bit clearer about that. I'm not sure if he means more going to be like, I'm not running for re-election, and there's been some of that even just in the past couple of weeks, or if he means that potentially more could just leave before their term is done. And if even one more did, then he's kind of Speaker, Mike Johnson, but not that much. And look, there's a little bit of good news coming up. Kevin McCarthy's seat, that special election is coming up in a month, maybe 6 weeks, something like that. So that'll help once they get that person back. But if they suffer multiple defections, even that won't be enough to save the Speaker. And Sharon, at this point, I'm curious what you think about Republicans just fleeing, what Republicans are going to be able to get done. What do you think?
Not much, but are they really getting anything done now? I love Ken Buck's speech in the hallway there. He also was complaining that he was third in line and got to speak last in that committee meeting. He's taking a match to everything. And when he says that more Republicans are going to resign, I think he means that he's having pretty much a regular Thursday night card game. And this whole thing is plotted out. So just wait for it. I think it's fantastic.
Yeah, and as I said, there's other wrinkles to it as well that we need to get to, and we're going to talk about the trouble in the Republican caucus. I want to stay on Mike Johnson for 1 second though, because this is a guy who I'm sure it was like his life's ambition when he became Speaker, whatever, and it has not gone well for him. He could get voted out at any moment. We know that they've now got that power. One person could trigger a vote of no confidence effectively and yeet him on out of his position. But it's not even like the strictly political stuff. Because he ran, that was how we found out that he's got that weird porn sensing app on his phone and his kid's phone. Like, we learned way too much about this guy, and he just wants to be respected. Well, he wants to be respected. He also wants America to be dominated by conservative Christianity. He wants those 2 things. And so he tweeted this. It was that the delegation from Poland had come and he'd met with him. And so you see, if we can bring up this tweet, he's got the triple flags and he's shaking a foreign dignitary's hand and everything. And he's like, look at me, I'm a respectable person that foreign leaders want to meet with. But they are only there to get him to change his mind on blocking aid to Ukraine that they, in their appearances outside of the context of just his tweet, are saying could cost thousands of lives. They're saying that he potentially could lead to the deaths of thousands of men, women, and children. They weren't just there to shake your hand and say that you're cool. They think that you're like potentially lethally wrong on this issue. And so this guy just like bumbles from one weird own goal to the other. Sharon, like, do we think he's gonna make it to November? Is he gonna stick around? Is there any way that he could repair his speakership?
No, there's a short answer. Listen, they met with him under duress. They're trying to save humanity. And he thinks it's because they respect him. The guy is delusional, okay? He takes the same glamour shot over and over again. I mean, that was the same shot as his official portrait. the same shot as he took with the leaders of Poland. He just doesn't have a clue, and he is hanging on by a thread, but he was when he took the job, John. I mean, it's just, it's crazy town, even more than usual, but it's just that reality show where you're kind of like, this is maybe a little over the top. They should dial it back a bit. It's tough to watch.
Yeah. And look, we tune in for the chaos. We also tune in because like generally my approach would be, they're not able to get things done. Well, anything that they would want to get done, and there isn't much, is bad. So it's good that they're incompetent. But that said, there's the occasional thing like Russia may conquer Ukraine, where it's like, it would kind of be good if we had a functioning government. Like, and that's not just me saying this. Even Senate Minority Leader, as of right now, Mitch McConnell, said, we don't have time for all this back and forth over Johnson on Ukraine. We've got a bill that got 70 votes in the Senate, and it did. It was a 70-29 vote to approve $95 billion in aid, a package where a lot of it goes to Ukraine. There's money for Israel, Taiwan, and Gaza as well. So, like, he's just in a very difficult position where he doesn't have the respect of his caucus. They love the idea that they could kick someone out if the speaker does something they don't like. And I don't know how you dig yourself out of that hole.